off rip, we just got price targets updates today. And I'll probably be uploading this video today as well, so this will be pretty accurate. But look, man, Bard Endless, Tristan Jira raised price targets to AMD to 1250 from 625 and maintains an outperform rating. Follow me on X if y'all don't follow me. Woo! That's a double up from here. Like I say, AMD will be my first 10 bagger. AMD will definitely be my first 10 bagger stock. I'm calling it now. Microsoft is just another layer that's backed that up and prove that they can deploy this at scale. Now, I did attend, like I said, if you're new to the channel, check out this video here. Where is it at? This AI Expo exposed what's coming next. It was in Washington, D.C., and I was able to speak to a analyst at AMD personally, and he just gave me some good game, answered some questions. So this is one with the 455s in it.
Liquid cooled OCP1. It's the new OCP format, co-developed with us, Microsoft, and Meta.
Yep.
Wait, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm
450.
So I attended this event. Watch that video if y'all want to see a better, more in detail recap. A lot of good game. People from Perplexity was there and all that type of stuff. What's up, fam? Welcome back to JRuss TV. If you're new to my channel, hit that like, comment, subscribe button. We cover all things AI, business, investing, and self-improvement content. You something you're interested in, stick around, watch some old videos, catch up. We far down the lesson. If you just get in here, y'all got to go to my channel. Y'all got to catch up. A lot of videos I need to watch that leads up to what I'm breaking down. You know what I mean? But you see by the title, AMD's $1,000 stock. I'm not the first person to say this, but it's on its way to 1,000. It's ran up 150% this year. I'm up over about 400% on my position from AMD. So let me go ahead and show y'all what I was really saying a year ago, to be honest. You know, go back on my channel, watch all my videos, JRuss TV. I said AMD is breaking out. You're still underestimating it. CPU shortage for AI demand. And this was when AMD was, it just hit that new all-time high, I think, like $250, $300. I put this out a year ago. Buy this stock and retire early. AMD is the next $1 trillion AI giant. This is when AMD fell to 75, 80, $100. We were scooping up shares like crazy. If you're new to the channel, I do have a public portfolio that I share with you guys. Real money, real investments, real track record. You know what I mean? No fugazi. We have about 100% on this portfolio. And I have an AMD position here in the public portfolio. The private portfolio, AMD is my largest position, is at a 27% average right now. But yeah, my average cost here is 123. I'm up 327% on AMD. Like I said, we've been buying for a while. You know, I just like to show receipts first. Everybody just be talking. I just talk about companies that I own. This is January 2024. We were buying a discount, 176, 127, $98, $98, $80. We were scooping it up. We were scooping AMD up here. And we have a lot of new catalysts coming out. We had AI event come out, advancing AI event come out this past week with AMD. So I thought I just wanted to go ahead and give an updated investment thesis, and then I'm going to put out another video, just a recap of the advancing AI event. Overall, AMD is becoming an AI infrastructure platform, not just a GPU company, chip company. It's an AI infrastructure platform now. And yeah, Lisa Su definitely portrayed that in this message. Agentic AI is definitely taking over. So here we go. JRuss TV, JR Global Strategies, my consulting business. We're putting together this PowerPoint slide for you all today. Appreciate y'all joining in. It's a high-level thesis. Catalyst, valuation, and price target framework. We're going to cover AI compute and inference growth, hyperscaler and sovereign AI demand, full stack platform, which is the CPU, GPU, and the networking. Networking is very key. And a scenario-based path to 1,000. We just got price targets today for 1250, so I'm going to show you that as well. So why AMD? AI compute demand is expanding across training, inference, enterprise, and sovereign AI. You know, beginning in this AI revolution, training was the big thing. We had to train these models. Now that we're training is still going to be important, but now that we're in the back, not the back half, we're still in the early innings of this build out. But as far as training is pretty much good. We're going into inference now, where real workloads are actually taking place. Real agents are coming online. Enterprise is coming online, and inference is going to really outpace the training demand over these next couple of years. So AMD fits perfectly in this growing demand that's coming, that's been here, and that's still coming over these next 5 to 10 years, maybe even multi-decade. Also, AMD is becoming the credible number 2 full stack AI platform. You know, NVIDIA was it's still your king. NVIDIA is still your king, but AMD has been making a lot of sneaky acquisitions these past few years. Your Xilinx, your ZT Systems, we'll get into that. Pensando, networking, all those type of acquisitions to compete with NVIDIA. And they're really the only second reputable company right now. It took them a minute to get they get their badges. They had to get their badges. They had to get the infrastructure. They really needed that full scale AI rack solution, which they now have with Helios. So, and they have the software too. ROCm create a complete rack level offering. So they needed all of these things: the GPUs, the CPUs, the networking, and the ROCm. They needed all of this to really compete. Next, hyperscalers increasingly want a second source beyond NVIDIA. NVIDIA is taxing. They can't go up but so much higher going forward. And AMD can eat at their margins now. You know, they don't have to beat NVIDIA. They just got to take some of the market share, which is plenty. And if execution continues, AMD can gain share, expand earnings power, and earn multiple expansion, which has already been starting to do. The compute, the platform, and demand. It's evolving from a chip vendor into an AI infrastructure platform, similar to, you know, the Zeta Thesis too. So here are some of the most recent catalysts and updates. One, we just had a Microsoft deal announced like this past week. So there we'll be deploying the next gen Helios rack scale AI deployment, which adds a major validation. And let me see if I can, let me pull up the Helios rack real quick, because these things are huge. I was listening to the call, and these are like heavy big body teams. I think I did see it as well. I did attend a AI event where I did talk to an AMD rep also. So I'll show you that real quick. But yeah, this is the big body. 72X. I don't know what all the details is. Trust me, I'm not even gonna try to explain it. But I know this junk fat. I know it's fat. It has GPUs, it has CPUs, and as you can see here, the GPUs, as the CPUs, and their Pensando AI NICs, the networking, which is very, very important. You need networking to connect all of these GPUs together. And really, Microsoft is just another layer that's backed that up and prove that they can deploy this at scale. Now, I did attend, like I said, if you're new to the channel, check out this video here. Where is it at? This AI Expo exposed what's coming next. It was in Washington, D.C., and I was able to speak to a analyst at AMD personally, and he just gave me some good game, answered some questions. So this is one with the 455s in it.
And then one that is CPU. Liquid cooled OCP-wide. It's the new OCP format, co-developed with us, Microsoft, and Meta.
Yep.
Wait, I'm excited. Yeah,
450.
So I attended this event. Watch that video if y'all want to see a better, more in detail recap. A lot of good game. People from Perplexity was there and all that type of stuff. But yeah, so you had the Microsoft deal that has validation. They already had the Meta deal a couple months ago, end of last year, I believe, a multi-generation AI infrastructure partnership to win up to 6 gigawatt of deployment over time. They had people from Microsoft, from Meta there. Manufacturing, AMD already committed $10 billion to Taiwan AI manufacturing and packing ecosystem. So they're reinvesting into the ecosystem, which is what we love to see. The product cycle, MI450 Helios and Venice CPU cycle support the second half of 2026, going into 2027 momentum, which we like. And the near-term event, we have earnings on August 4th, focus on AI GPU revenue margins and customer commentary. So this is why it still matters. Demand is visibly improving. We just saw that with Google's earning. They're raising their CapEx again. Go watch some of my old videos, me just kind of breaking down, explaining CapEx. So that's still a good sign. Rack scale positioning is getting stronger. They have the full Helios rack, the GPUs, the CPUs, the networking, the software. They have the full package like an NVIDIA to deploy compute at scale. And more customer wins could drive upward estimate revisions, which it already has. So how AMD makes money? They make their money through the GPUs, instinct accelerators, power, AI training, and inference. The data center CPUs, which really just had an inflection point this past couple months with the Intel earnings early, well, they report first, and they're completely sold out CPUs. And with the agentic AI era, CPUs are what needed to run this agentic AI era on edge, like on your computer, things like that. The networking and systems, they purchased Pensando a few years ago. That gives them the rack scale design to help AMD sell the full stack. And they have embedded and adaptive. The Xilinx acquisition, it expands AMD into industrial, telecom, edge, and aerospace markets, which gives them the FPGAs, their chiplet platforms, which basically means they're able to adapt to different workloads. That's what AMD mode is, their chiplet platform, and allowing them to adapt to different workloads at a time, which is important in this AI era where everything's kind of changing at the same time. So margin and mix story, AI data center platform sales can lift ASPs. Diversification reduces reliance on just one. So the roadmap and competitive position, they had the MI300s, MI350, 355. Now they have the MI450 Helios rack scale set up for hyperscalers, which they're releasing now. I think in the next, they're live now. Yeah, they just said that on the report. And they have the MI550X, the mixed major architectural step. And then they have the Venice Epic CPU. So they have a strategic edge, the open source ecosystem of ROCm, rack scale systems, and second source demand support share gains. Still debated, the software gap between CUDA, execution and supply chain, and pace of customer onboarding. But like I've been saying, the market is so big, the market is growing, you need more compute. OpenAI came to the advancing AI, said we need more compute. Meta said we need more compute. Microsoft we all need more compute. We're still in a compute constrained environment. Makes me bullish for my positions and Nebius, AMD, NVIDIA, all that type of stuff. I'm still an NVIDIA shareholder, but I just see more upside in AMD right now. So here's some past acquisitions, deals, and strategic moves that helped build the AMD thesis, honestly, and build the better competitive advantage in this market. So 2022, they acquired Xilinx, which is an adaptive compute and embedded diversification. That gives it their FPGAs, which is a very sneaky thing right now. Also the Pensando, which does the DPUs and networking to strengthen data center platform. So you have these big rack scales, but you need networking. You need the cords to connect everything. And that is important because if you have bad cords, that leads to slow latency. So you need an in-house solution that you can customize and get that TCO down, total cost of operating. 2023, they acquired Node.ai, AI software, compiler capabilities. 2024, Silo AI, AI talent and software expertise. 2024, which was major, ZT Systems. This gives them their rack scale system integration and hyperscale relationships. You need the full rack scale. 2026, they had the Meta partnership, multi-generation AI infrastructure deployment. And 2026, they have Microsoft deployment, Helios rack scale validation. So AMD has used M&A and partnerships to move up the stack from chips to full AI systems right now. So here's the valuation snapshot. Off rip, we just got price targets updates today. And I'll probably be uploading this video today as well, so this would be pretty accurate. But look, man, Bard Endless, Tristan Jira raised price targets to AMD to 1250 from 625 and maintains an outperform rating. Follow me on X if y'all don't follow me. Woo! That's a double up from here. Like I say, AMD will be my first 10 bagger. AMD will definitely be my first 10 bagger stock. I'm calling it now. We just getting started, man. We're just getting started. And a lot of other upgrades too that happened after the AI event. 1250, that's a double up. Someone did 600, the 730 price target. Another one had under 725 price target. So, Barrett said the president, the truth I tell you, many of you betrayed me, but I shall turn the other cheek. He's definitely a big bull. Yeah, AMD's going to 1,000 plus. I'm just happy I trusted my conviction, and I'm down for the ride, honestly. So it needs about a 40 PE. Now I'm gonna be honest, I ain't the best at the valuation, the numbers, all that type of stuff. This is just a general outlook snapshot, not prediction. I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. But I believe it'll get to 1,000. It needs a 40 PE at 25 EPS. At 50x, it needs a 20 EPS. So hit a little snapshot. And all honestly, with we're in the 500 to 700 range right now. The base case, this would just be hyperscaler adoption builds, which is your Microsoft. Venice cycle is strong, very true. CPUs, AI platform story gains credibility. Of course, EPS is starting to get up there. The multiple is starting to get up there, which at some arguments I say that AMD is a little frothy, but compute, we need compute. The market is going to price in the future. Might get a little overvalued. That's why I plan on taking profits around 1,000. At a 10x, you can't beat that. 10x, you can't beat that. The bull case, $1,000, multi-gigawatt customer wins, which is already there. ROCm adoption and system execution improved materially, which on the Advancing AI event, they said Anthropic said they were able to get the ROCm software up to date pretty quickly with the use of AI. So this shows the CUDA mode is getting eaten away. AI earnings power reset higher. So August 4th, we definitely going to see them earnings. As guidance is definitely going to be important. But hey, the setup is so clean on AMD right now. It has all the catalysts. The setup is just so clean right now. But what could go wrong? So bear case risks, NVIDIA's CUDA mode and ecosystem remain dominant. Custom ASICs competition grows at hyperscalers. They sent stocks at ARM and NVIDIA at the AI event. Packaging, supply, or rack scale deployment bottlenecks slow the ramp. Semiconductor cyclicality and AI spending digest after heavy capex. What I'm watching the GPU revenue growth, gross margins, new large customers, ROCm software development, and execution on Helios and Venice. So nothing is perfect. I'm not a financial advisor. Like I said, a great thesis can still be derailed. Got to watch out for the risks. But just here's my takeaway. It remains one of the strongest ways to own the number 2 compute platform. Simple, straight to the point there. The story has shifted from a chip supplier to an AI infrastructure company. We have a lot of near-term catalyst. Base case, which we're at, 1,000. I think we're hitting that. I just saw the price upgrades. The dude smarter than me. So high conviction, but position it right. It's 27% of my portfolio. It's like 50% of my Roth. I'm just riding this bad boy out. So here's the watch list, guys. Hope y'all appreciated this video. I am an AMD bull. This is my little updated AMD thesis. Go watch some of my past videos. You know what I mean? Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Y'all see AMD getting to 1,000? What's your position looking like? I'm holding 1,000. We still take profits, and I will redeploy that into my next 10 bagger. And we gonna rinse and repeat. That's how you do it. JRUS TV, we out.